Training your quirk in the anime My Hero Academia is very much like training your muscles in real life. Let's take a dive into the quirk training done in the anime to see what we can learn. Before we get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell.
Last semester, Class A was in the spotlight. Next semester, it's Class B's turn. From now on, you're shooting for the top.
I really like this messaging around shooting for the top and working hard. I think often in life it's easy to sell ourselves short, that we're not capable of doing great things. In Class 1B's case here, they have kind of got the short side of the stick where the focus of the show is on Class 1A. So in the anime, they kind of portrayed the fact that a lot of the world and the media and people's attention are on Class 1A, and they want to prove that they're just as good. And they should. They shouldn't want to settle. They should want to be their best. They should want to do their best and train as hard as they can to become the best versions of themselves and the best heroes they can be.
I get you want everyone to improve our quirks, but we have 20 unique powers in our class. What kind of training will help all of us get better?
Yeah, can you be more specific?
Okay, I really like this. This is a good point of like, what kind of training can we do and we can all get better from it. So this brings up a great point around the idea of individual training. People with different goals shouldn't necessarily train the same. And even people that have the same goals that just have different bodies, because everybody has a different body, also shouldn't necessarily train the same to hit that same goal. For example, in the sport of powerlifting, smaller lifters can handle a lot more volume and higher rep work than bigger lifters. So, because of that, a bigger lifter needs to do more low rep work, and smaller lifters tend to have to do more high rep work in order to make progress. Both of their goals were the same goal to get stronger within the sport of powerlifting, but they had to train differently to do so. The same thing is true with all the members of Class 1B. They all have different quirks and different kinds of heroes they want to become, so they will have to train in different ways in order to make progress and become the best that they can be.
When your muscle fibers are overused, they break and grow back tougher, thicker. Quirks are the same way. They improve the harder you push them, stronger after every workout. In other words, there's only one thing to do. You'll have to break yourselves.
When you train, your muscle fibers do create tiny little tears in the muscle, and your body transports amino acids that it breaks down from consuming protein to the muscles in order to repair those tiny breaks. When your body repairs those tiny breaks, it also gets the signal that that breaking is occurring and that it needs to create newer and stronger muscle tissue in the areas where those tears have occurred. This is how we get stronger, and this is how we build muscle. However, this can be taken too far. If the tears become too large in the muscles for the body to recover from, the body won't be able to transport enough nutrients in order to become bigger and become stronger in that area, and you may actually lose muscle or lose strength because you have pushed too hard. So the goal shouldn't be to break yourself, but to train hard enough to elicit making progress.
Katsuki Bakugo! He's plunging his hands into boiling water to expand his sweat glands, then creating chain explosions to increase the scale of his banging attacks!
Okay, I really like Bakugo's training here. This reminds me a lot of powerlifting training, like doing max effort or heavy low rep work or singles in training, generating as much force as you possibly can, pushing yourself as hard as you can, and then resting into the next rep. I really appreciate that Bakugo's also doing this with his explosions to make his explosions as big and as strong as possible. This first little bit of training gets an A+ from me.
Shoto Todoroki! Alternating between ice and fire, he's regulating the temperature of the water. His body gets accustomed to the cold, and he works on controlling his flames. Someday he might be able to use both at once.
Awesome. This is super cool what we see Todoroki doing with his training. I really like this because it's teaching him control. This reminds me a lot of something we do in the sport of powerlifting with our training of tempo work. So in order to better control our squat and to be able to maintain a really good bar path, we will do slow tempo work or paused work on squats. This will help teach us better control so that we can better execute our squat. We see Todoroki doing a very similar thing here, where he is practicing the technique of using his fire and his ice so that he can better execute and use both at the same time by kind of slowing himself down in a way and doing one, then the other.
Hatsusero! Having him produce tape continuously will increase his capacity and improve the tape's tensile strength and shooting speed!
Sero's training here is definitely some type of endurance work. I think this reminds me a lot of like an isometric exercise, like a wall sit, where you are essentially in one position and trying to hold that position as long as possible to increase your endurance and your capacity to remain in that position. In Sero's case, he is trying to maintain how long he can keep pushing the tape out of his arms. And in a wall sits, for example, you are trying to maintain how long you can keep your knees bent in that position sitting against a wall. This is also really common for a lot of different core exercises like planks.
Eijiro Kirishima and Mashirao Ojiro. Every time Ojiro hits Kirishima's hardened skin with his tail, both of their quirks are steadily improved.
Okay, breaking up some of the powerlifting training you guys are so used to hearing me talk about, Kirishima and Ojiro are doing what really reminds me of pad work in martial arts. You'll see like in boxing where you have like a coach or a training partner holding the pads and you'll have somebody else hitting those pads. So first of all, this is a really good workout for the person that is hitting the pads, putting power into their striking force like Ojiro is with his tail here. And anybody that's been on the receiving end holding the pads and being able to brace against those punches knows that that is also a really good workout in and of itself.
Tsuyu Asui. She's working out all the muscles in her body, including her tongue.
Okay, Sue's training is definitely giving me full body workout vibes. So oftentimes we'll see compound movements that work out the entire body as a whole. These can be kind of beneficial for being time saving, but what I think is a bigger takeaway from here is the use of a full body workout. So in a given workout, if you're short on time or you can't work out a whole lot during the week, maybe you can only get 1 or 2 workouts in, full body workouts can be a great way to hit everything in that short period of time you're given. Although I don't know too many people that train their tongue in the gym.
Rikino Sato. He's lifting weights while at the same time scarfing down the sugar that allows him to power up his sweet quirk.
Okay, so I think we can all agree that Sugar Man is quite literally just a powerlifter. As a powerlifter myself, quite frequently will I bring nerd gummy clusters, Skittles, or other varieties of candy to the gym with me. Now, this probably actually doesn't have as much of a performance bonus as a lot of people think this would have. Eating sugars, eating that energy source during your workout, a lot of people will assume that that will give you more energy during your workout, when in reality, by the time you've digested those sugars to be used as energy, your workout is probably over. Now, there could be some benefits in controlling hunger cues. Studies show that if you are feeling hungry during your workout, it'll be challenging to perform, especially in strength-related movements. So, by eating a little bit during your workout, you can keep yourself from feeling hungry, and this could increase your performance. However, it's probably not the strongest reason to do this. I personally just eat candy during my workout because I enjoy eating candy, and while I'm doing my workout is a good excuse to eat it.
Once we team up with Class A, there will be 40 students here. That's a whole lot of quirks for our homeroom teachers to manage on their own.
Which is why we called them.
That's correct! 4 kittens in 1 litter! Your feline fantasies are here!
using multiple coaches is actually a really good strategy for helping develop both classes here. We see this tactic commonly used in large sports teams like a football team or a basketball team, where they will bring on multiple coaches that are all on the same page, working towards the same goal to work with all of the athletes so the athletes can get the individual attention they need. Imagine being a football coach and trying to coach 60 to 100 people all at the same time. You wouldn't be able to give them the necessary attention that they need in order to develop their skills, and the team wouldn't be very good because the individuals that need developing their skills aren't having those needs met. I think this is also a good thing we can take away and apply to our own training of the strength and power of community and having a support system around us. Oftentimes, I will use this as a reason to tell people to go towards smaller gyms, because typically in those smaller gyms, people are a little bit more friendly and there's a little bit more of a community feel to it. When you build that sense of community for yourself and when you integrate yourself into that community, you get the support you need to keep going back. This can help you get better results in the gym. If you enjoyed this video, you may also enjoy my video, Would All Might Make a Good Personal Trainer? So check it out. Peace out, guys.